We have a couple of questions before we move on.
All right, couple of questions. My biggest one is like, where is this all set? It's all over the place because it's like in Canada, but then
Eastern North America, I guess. It's all the same place.
Yeah. I don't know.
Definitely feels like they compressed a lot of years, a lot of events that happened over multiple years down. So they all just happen around one location.
So, like, if we go by the real events, so he married Maggie in 1877, but didn't win the championship until 1880. So, maybe we're condensing from like 1870 to 1880. I don't know. Because like he acts so childish in the first bit of the film. So I almost wonder if he was supposed to be like 18 at that point, and then we watch him slowly mature, but not really.
Right.
I don't know. It just feels like Toronto doesn't feel like a great setting for the type of rowing that he was doing, because like he was bootlegging to the United States. I just don't think you would bootleg to. I mean, essentially, you would have to go from like Toronto to Niagara, which would be dangerous as shit going over there, unless you were going across the St. Lawrence River, which makes a lot more sense because it's very like woodsy in that area, which is what we see. But again, it was the 1800s, so it wasn't overgrown like it is now. It's very confusing.
It was very confusing. They clearly didn't give a shit about like setting up places and time, and it's just this is a story we want to tell. We're going to tell it the way we want to tell it.
Yeah,
people will just follow along. They won't question it.
It happens in lots of biopics.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have to condense it. I get it, but it's like,
I get the condensing it, but why not at least give us exact places where it's happening, exact times it's happening, and why turn his love story with his wife into this convoluted mess that
I kind of wonder if Knox was even a real character. Like any of the gambling stuff was going on. They just
I doubt it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, how close did he live to
they were neighbors.
They look like they're like right next door to each other. I don't know. Because she gets there in the middle of the night. So let's say she leaves in the evening and she gets there a couple hours later. It looked like she walked because she had to go by herself, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird. And what are the odds that he would live in Philly, or they would meet up in Philly and then they live right next to each other in Canada somewhere?
Yeah, who knows?
Why did Ned help Trickett just to knock him off of his boat 10 seconds into the race?
I think that was supposed to show that he's emotionally unstable. That's the only thing I can think of. And that he's never experienced anybody shit talking him before, which I find very hard if you're hanging out with a bunch of bootleggers. Like, you're going to shit talk each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, one's for fun and one's not for fun, but you think he would be able to just kind of like let that roll off his back. I don't know. That was a whole weird thing. But it must have happened. I mean, he must have got disqualified for some reason to be banned. So I guess that's the only true thing that happened.
I didn't see any confirmation that he was ever banned from anywhere.
Really? Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if that actually happened.
Huh.
onecagepodcast@gmail.com if you have read the Ned Hanlon biography at some point. Let us know what actually happened. Because I don't know. It feels like half this movie was made up.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot in biopics where they just, like Freddie Mercury, that whole story, like they just made up half that fucking movie. I don't know. Why did he choose Walter, the old boat maker, to train him for the World Championships?
I guess he was the only one left that he knew.
But how did he know that
was in the movie? That
they don't really establish that he knew how to row. They just knew that he knew how to build boats.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, they just needed an old mentor character, and they didn't have the Irish leprechaun guy training him anymore. Whatever the fuck.
Why was he hanging out with the Irish guy after he won the big race? It was like,
was he?
They had bonded. Yeah, they were like joshing each other, and when they walked up to Bill.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a fun family thing. Like they all, they're all part of the rowing family, and it's just comic hilarity that they almost kill each other with these side gambles and all this kind of stuff all the time.
That's the real sport.
Yeah. Which it probably is. It's just fun for Knox. I don't know. People's lives completely ruined by that dude. And he's just kind of like, it's just a chess game,
I was just joshing.
Yeah.
I love you, boy. You're the boy I blew. I've got a buddy of beans. People think I'm a queer in the attic. But I really will be. All right. Why would Knox suddenly hire Bill rather than just so he would be in the last scene of the movie, the last race?
I don't know.
I get hiring him to sabotage the boat, but even then it's like, so you're going to pay for him to go to London.
And he's like training the world champion who doesn't need a trainer. Right. And he already had the best trainer before.
Right.
He's like, Bill is managing the guy now. Like, well, wasn't Knox the manager? Like,
well, that's what, because he cuts Bill out for Ned. So like, you're going to pay Bill to manage this guy that you could manage on your own. And you already didn't think much of Bill to begin with.
So he was there. That's really the only reason. My last question that I felt like asking is, how much does Trickett suck at rowing for Ned to stop rowing for multiple minutes at a time and still lose to him?
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah, that's why I think none of that shit happened.
No.
Yeah,
at least not that dramatically.
You would think in a race like that, there would be officials that would inspect every boat to make sure you're not cheating or that you're not being sabotaged. Mainly the cheating part, like that you don't have anything in there that would give you an advantage. Mm-hmm. But what do I fucking know? I didn't live back then.
Apparently you could just invent a whole new seat and just use that. It was anything goes. So
that's another weird thing too, is like, how would that be allowed if it wasn't a universe? Like, you'd think everybody would have to have that boat because it would be considered unfair advantage.
Sticks a steam engine on one of them. It's an innovation.
He's innovating. Look at it. He won by a mile. I don't know, man. I think, like we said, just a lot of liberties taken with the story, and
why?
A lot of things just happened for the sake of happening, and I'm sure there were a lot of things that could have been explained, but they just truncated it. I mean, this is a pretty tight 93 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So, maybe there was something that was on the cutting room floor, but, obviously it didn't help.
Yeah. No.
The movie didn't make any money at all.
No.
And was lambasted like crazy. I don't know. And like I said, maybe it's just recency bias from Between Worlds, but this looked like a fucking masterpiece compared to that. So I don't know.
I mean, at least it told
Outcast
a coherent
was better
story.
Than Between Worlds. So.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. You shut your mouth, Weatherman boy.
I mean, I would rather watch Outcast.
I'd rather watch Outcast again.
God,
than Between Worlds.
I'd rather watch Between Worlds.
All right. Other questions?
Mine was like sort of related to they don't have anybody inspecting these boats, but like they don't have any security around the boats whatsoever because Ned's able to sabotage at least 2 that we see, and no one thinks it's suspicious, or they don't have these things locked up or guarded or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, he snuck in through a window, and
what if wouldn't it be easier to just hire some thug to just go smash the boat the night before?
I know, seriously.
But I think if he smashed the boat, then I think they would have to postpone it because it would be obvious sabotage at that point.
It's the same thing applies. You could just hire somebody to go loosen a couple of screws and wreck your opponent's competition.
Yeah.
It seems like with the stakes this high, there'd be a little bit higher security around this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point they're betting like $30,000, which I don't have a modern equivalent to that, but it has to be $500,000-$600,000, something like that. That's a lot of money at stake, and they're just letting people just walk into their boathouses like nothing.
On the boathouse thing, like, where does Ned live? He's like in a boathouse in somebody's backyard. Is that somebody he knows? Like, is that his family's house?
It's Toad,
maybe.
Because there's like I know like there is a yard, there's a house there that he's the boathouse is on the water of. So I just was wondering where, because he's there for multiple years over the course of this movie. He just lives in this boathouse. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is his family's house, and we just never talk about the family at all. It's a good question. I have no idea. It's a nice place. It smells like my daughter's or my niece's panty drawer.